is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained...
The first rule in investment is don't lose. And the second rule in investment is don't forget the first rule, and that's all the rules there are. I mean, if you buy things for far below what they're worth, and you buy a group of them, you basically don't lose money.
Imagine if I told you that the richest individuals in the people didn't merely put in more hours. They found ways to work more intelligently. Through straightforward daily routines and innovative tactics, these brilliant minds have discovered the formula for success. The exciting news? Their hacks aren't exclusive to the privileged few. They're strategies that anyone can adopt. So, if you're eager to enhance your efficiency and tap into your true potential, let's explore the brilliant strategies that have led to the creation of empires. In the words of Jim Rohn, success leaves clues. In this video, we're going to talk about the genius hacks that richest people incorporate in their everyday lives to stay ahead of others. Let's dive in. Before we talk about the techniques for effective goal setting, let's discuss the importance of setting clearly defined goals. Well-defined goals serve as a roadmap, directing people towards their intended results. By assisting in the removal of distractions, they guarantee that resources and energy are directed towards tasks that support sustained achievement. There is a sense of urgency and purpose when clear, quantifiable goals are set. Monitoring one's progress towards these goals encourages people to be consistent and accomplish their goals by holding them accountable and motivated. In the words of Brian Tracy, goals in writing are dreams with deadlines. Let's talk about the strategies that you can use for effective goal setting. The SMART goals technique. It consists of specific. The goals should be specific and clear. Measurable. It describes the progress tracking and how it helps in maximizing efficiency. Achievable. Make sure that your targets are totally realistic and achievable considering the resources you have. Relevant. The goals should be relevant and aligned with broader objectives. Time-bound. Set a deadline to create urgency, thus allowing you to work with more and more concentration. It's time to talk about the second hack, which the richest people implement in their lives. One characteristic of the richest individuals in the world is their commitment to lifelong learning. They view every experience as an opportunity to grow, consistently learning new things to improve themselves and their businesses. Their dedication to learning, whether through books, mentorships, or exploring new industries, enhances their ability to innovate and adapt. This habit keeps them ahead of the curve, empowering them to tackle challenges, seize opportunities, and maintain success in an ever-changing world. In the words of Warren Buffett, read 500 pages every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest. People can expand their knowledge and skills through a range of resources that promote continuous learning. Books remain an invaluable and enduring source of wisdom, providing thorough insights on various topics. Online courses and workshops deliver structured learning while offering the flexibility to explore new areas at one's own pace. Mentors, with their wealth of expertise, encourage different ways of thinking and provide guidance. Additionally, conferences and seminars present opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals and engage with industry leaders. By utilizing these resources, individuals can ensure their growth is consistent and aligned with evolving trends and needs. In the words of Jim Rohn, formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. It's time to talk about the third hack of the richest people that they use to live extraordinarily. The ability of millionaires to create and utilize powerful networks is one of the main factors contributing to their success. Successful people know how important it is to surround themselves with motivated, like-minded people who share their goals and vision. These relationships give access to priceless materials, possibilities, and insights that could accelerate development on both a personal and professional level. They establish a supporting environment that propels mutual progress and opens doors that would otherwise be unattainable by forming relationships with other successful individuals. In the words of Brian Tracy, your network is your net worth. All right, moving on to the strategies that you can use to build effective connections. Making contacts is only one aspect of effective networking. Another is creating long-lasting, meaningful connections. In order to establish a stronger connection, successful networkers make sure they completely comprehend the needs and objectives of others through active listening. They build trust and goodwill by prioritizing value giving, whether it is through information sharing, resource sharing, or support, which inevitably leads to future chances. By participating in both online and live events, people may broaden their network, meet like-minded professionals, and remain current with market trends. By integrating these tactics, people can create a strong network that promotes success and progress for both parties. In the words of Simon Sinek, leadership is not about being in charge, it is about taking care of those in your charge. The richest people see failures and losses as opportunities for growth rather than as barriers to achievement. They are aware that failure is a necessary component of any path to excellence and frequently provides an enlightening experience. Rather than giving up, they examine what went wrong, modify their approach, and apply the knowledge gained to make better choices in the future. They can recover more quickly thanks to this resilient mindset, which keeps them growing and progressing. They view failure as a chance to improve their strategy and eventually achieve greater heights rather than as a dead end. In the words of Richard Branson, do not be embarrassed by your failures, learn from them, and start again. Let's talk about the techniques to learn from your mistakes and come back stronger than ever. Resilience building is essential for overcoming obstacles and continuing on the path to success. One important strategy is to reframe failure, seeing obstacles as chances for development rather than as personal setbacks. This change in viewpoint keeps people motivated and upbeat. Another crucial tactic is self-compassion. Treating oneself with kindness when things get hard builds emotional resilience and keeps burnout at bay. Finally, following a failure, establishing modest but attainable goals aids in regaining momentum and confidence. People can retake control and continue to make progress towards their bigger objectives by concentrating on their development, even if it is in tiny steps. In the words of Jim Rohn, the major value in life is not what you get. The major value in life is what you become. Long-term success is greatly influenced by daily routines, especially when they are followed consistently and with discipline. The most prosperous and prosperous people are aware that little regular activities add up to great outcomes over time. Consistency fosters discipline and momentum, whether it be through a regular work schedule, a daily learning commitment, or a morning routine. Maintaining focus on long-term objectives is made easier by the structure and motivation these daily routines provide. In the end, consistent growth and success are the result of an unflinching dedication to these tiny, repetitive efforts. In the words of Elon Musk, persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. Let's talk about the techniques that you can develop to be consistent. Maximizing everyday potential and attaining long-term success depend on developing productive routines. A solid morning routine helps people start the day with energy and clarity by setting the tone for the day. Morning routines, whether they involve preparing the day's activities, exercising, or meditation, guarantee a cheerful, effective attitude. setting priorities, dividing work into manageable portions, and removing distractions all contribute to effective time management, which is another crucial component. Finally, intense work and effective progress are made possible by developing attention using strategies like the Pomodoro method, or by establishing specific, time-bound goals. People can establish routines that promote success, stability, and productivity by integrating these components. In the words of Brian Tracy, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Finally, it's time to talk about the example's richest people who used these hacks and implemented them in their routine to achieve impressive results. Let's talk about how different studies and researches conducted by the famous magazines prove that these hacks are genuinely essential to succeed. A large study conducted by Match found that 80% of workers consider ongoing learning essential to their success, underscoring the role of training in building strong, adaptable teams. A study by Dominican University of California found that individuals who wrote down their goals, developed action plans, and shared progress with a friend had a 76% success rate in achieving their goals. In contrast, those who did not write down their goals had only a 43% success rate. Steve Jobs is among the most well-known people who have used successful routines and techniques. His unwavering emphasis on quality and simplicity transformed the technology sector. Jobs was a strong believer in the power of simplicity, eliminating extraneous features to produce products that were both useful and easy to use. His capacity to strive for design and user experience excellence produced groundbreaking inventions such as the MacBook, iPad, and iPhone. Jobs made Apple one of the most valuable businesses in the world by upholding a clear vision, committed to lifelong learning, and cultivating a creative and disciplined culture. In the words of Steve Jobs, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Elon Musk, who has dominated several industries thanks to his tenacity and creative thinking. The success of businesses like Tesla and SpaceX has largely been attributed to Musk's capacity for quick learning, acceptance of failure, and strategy adaptation. Musk has overcome many obstacles, such as early financial difficulties and technological difficulties, by concentrating on finding solutions to difficult issues and staying dedicated to long-term objectives. This has allowed him to transform space travel, electric cars, and sustainable energy. In the words of Elon Musk, "I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. You just cannot become rich and successful due to luck only. You have to strive for it. You have to implement these simple and doable hacks in your lives, which will make you closer to your goals. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Stay hungry and stay foolish." Now that you know the hacks which richest people use to become who they are, it's time to implement them in your life. Begin by establishing clear and attainable goals, committing to ongoing education, and creating significant relationships. Develop productive routines that prepare you for success on a daily basis. It is important to keep in mind that consistency and resilience are crucial components of success. Start today. In the words of Jim Rohn, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better."